I'm sure means more people are going to have to look to their 401ks, right?
Well, first of all, Kelly, thank you for having me. And I think the short answer is yes. We serve 9.6 million American retirement investors. And thus far, I would say they've showed tremendous restraint with respect to making changes to their asset allocation. They've typically stayed the course. And what we found is only about 1% of our customers have actually made changes to their portfolio, which is just incredible given the market volatility. But to your point, I do believe, given the unemployment claims the last couple of weeks and given some of the actions that are being taken by the manufacturing, retail, and hospitality industries, that we are going to see higher demand for hardship loans, distributions from 401ks. It's obviously the last resort. We would prefer that they not exercise that option, but in some cases, people will need to.
I thought it was interesting already that at any given moment, about 20% of people might have a loan out against their 401k. I mean, that's much higher than I would have thought. And if I understand it correctly, that was going into this crisis, right? That's
correct. But oftentimes, people will take out loans for short-term need, and then they pay themselves back. But they oftentimes, are tapping into that loan periodically over a period of time. But I do think the challenge right now is people are going to need to pay bills, and so providers like us and others stand ready to help them, to support them. We're waiving the fees so they can get access to it as quickly as possible.
Let me ask you something. A lot of the bills we're talking about are the essential monthly expenses. They include rent. They include utilities. They might include a car payment. They might include student loans. On a number of those fronts, the government is trying to give people relief. Certainly on the mortgage front, certainly on the student loan front. We know landlords are trying to work as well with tenants. Would it be better off for people to try to get documentation and consider, not paying those bills, knowing that, hey, it's understood right now that's not going to happen, as opposed to tapping their 401k, something that could be harming them substantially in the future as well?
Absolutely. I think banks and landlords in general and other lending institutions are demonstrating a lot of flexibility and a willingness to work with individuals. And if you think about where we are today in the market, the S&P is down 26%. And ideally, what you'd want to see for those that are continue to be employed is to use that payroll deduction and the dollar cost average into this market. One of the things that we're finding very interesting is of the people that are making changes to their savings rates, 2/3 are increasing their savings rate and only 1/3 is decreasing. And I think a lot of it has to do with the belief that this is a long-term investment. It's long-term money. It's there for retirement. And so I want a dollar cost average into this market. Obviously, if you're unemployed or you're furloughed, you don't have that option. And so as I would suggest that the last option should be tapping into the 401k. And oftentimes people will talk to their advisors. We give people guidance over the phone. We take 25 to 40,000 phone calls a day.
Wow.
And it's typically not about people looking to change their investment. They're looking for reassurance. They're looking for market commentary and guidance as to what they should do.
Yeah, no, I understand. Certainly at a time like this, it can do a lot to make sure you don't make a decision that could harm yourself in the long run.